So what's going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another Zombies Q&A on the channel, the series where I take your questions from the comment section below to do with the zombie storyline, Easter eggs, and I answer them. As always, if you go on to enjoy today's video, you guys know what to do by now. Drop a like rating if you want to. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. But let's get into it. Here we go and enjoy. So the first question of the day is from Northwind115, and you say, what are the true intentions of the factions in Cold War Zombies? I don't really understand them right now. I know you've tried your best to explain them so far, but new information may have come out. Okay, so in Cold War Zombies, as I'm sure you all know, we have two different factions, Requiem and the Omega Group. Both have different intentions. Requiem are seen as good, whereas Omega are seen as bad. However, we don't know the full extent of the Omega Group's intentions yet. We know what they are doing, but what their end goal is and why they're doing it, it's left up to interpretation. Requiem is a CIA-backed international faction. It was formed to stop the Omega Group and stop the zombie outbreaks happening around the globe. But a few members that are part of the Requiem team, such as Dr. Strauss, Dr. Gray, Carver, they all have their own plans on the side. Dr. Carver wants to use this newly discovered dimension, the Dark Ether, to create an interdimensional weapon, something that the enemy can't predict or see coming. Dr. Strauss wants to use Ethereum for, well, improving the world, and Dr. Gray wants to use it to help mankind. You could say Carver wanting to use Ethereum for an interdimensional weapon could be a bad thing. So there's people within Requiem that might not be good, that have their own ideas. And as for the Omega Group, well, we know that was formed by the KGB. In D Maschine, they travelled here to reactivate the cyclotron, which was a Nazi experiment during World War II. Upon doing so, they opened up the portal to the Dark Ether, causing zombie outbreaks across the world. And we now know they are travelling to those other outbreak zones and doing something, but what exactly, we are unsure. They are obviously bad, but why they repowered the cyclotron, why they caused the zombie outbreak, obviously they're doing it for their own gain, but there's something going on there that we're not quite sure of. The next question from SMC55555 says, how many zombies maps are we getting this year? So if we are following the same formula of Modern Warfare, which seems to be the case, Modern Warfare had a total of 6 seasons. So far in Cold War we've had 1, there is no zombies map as a part of Season 1. We know we are getting a zombies map for Season 2 that is being leaked as well as confirmed by Treyarch. But will we also be getting a zombies map for every season after that, being Season 3, 4, 5 and 6. If we do, then that means we'll get 5 DLC zombies maps for Cold War, excluding D Maschine, which would be 6 altogether. I'm not gonna lie though, I can't see that happening. The fact that we've only had 1 zombies map on day 1, and then having a zombies map for every season, that's something we haven't had before. Also, we usually have just 4 zombies maps for DLC, not 5. We could get a map for Season 2, and then Season 4, 5 and 6. Or maybe just Season 2, then Season 4, and then Season 6. I don't work at Treyarch, I don't have inside information, so I couldn't tell you that. From what we have seen though, like I said earlier, because we've only got 1 zombies map, because we were told, and it's pretty obvious, that Treyarch came in halfway through this game's life cycle. Sledgehammer started working on it first. They clearly didn't have much time to, well, work on it. I suspect at most we'll be getting 4 DLC zombies maps. We're not getting one for Season 1, and I don't think we'll be getting one for one of the other seasons, whether that be Season 3, 4, 5 or 6. Then again, we could do, who knows. Also, while I'm on this subject, to answer this question from FBM, you say, is D Maschine the only free map or will there be more? Yes, all DLC, multiplayer and zombies, which means the zombies maps will be free. The next question from Dread says, when you get a carpenter, does the voice announcer sound like NIKOLAI but a twisted, corrupted version? Okay, so to get an idea of who the announcer in Black Ops Cold War Zombies could be, this is the person who talks when you get a max ammo or a carpenter a double points and insta kill, when you get the rabbit on the mystery box. I'm going to play for you the quotes that this person says, so we can try and figure out who this is.
Fetch me their souls. Bye-bye. Ammo mod. Bonus points. Carpenter. Double points. Fire sale. Full power.
Now, as you said in your question, and as a ton of other people have been saying, the announcer sounds like a corrupted version, an evil version of NIKOLAI. One of the reasons for this is he sounds Russian, but it could also be the fact that this is NIKOLAI's voice actor. It doesn't necessarily mean this is NIKOLAI, but his voice actor Fred has done a ton of work for video games, obviously playing NIKOLAI in previous CODs, but that isn't the only character he does. He was also in The Last of Us, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, Crash Bandicoot, Star Wars, Modern Warfare, Gears 5. From what I've researched, I can't find any mention of him doing any voice acting in Black Ops Cold War, but since he's voice acted multiple characters in loads of Call of Duties previous to this, I wouldn't be surprised if he's done some characters in Cold War. It's just strange that I can't find him listed anywhere. But since he does so many voices, it could be that this is his voice, which is why it sounds familiar. But if you ask me, it doesn't sound exactly the same. It is Russian though. Besides from that, is there any other evidence that this could be NIKOLAI? Well, at the end of Black Ops 4 in Tag der Toten, we know all of our Primus and Ultimus characters died. Richtofen, Takeo, Dempsey, and NIKOLAI. They are not included in our new universe for Black Ops Cold War. They're not a part of the story. So if NIKOLAI was killed, how could the announcer possibly be him? When he died, could he have been sent to the afterlife? To purgatory? That's a route I haven't gone down in terms of thinking about. NIKOLAI was the only one left with a soul at the end of Tag der Toten. Takeo, Dempsey, or Richtofen didn't have one, but NIKOLAI did. So when he was killed, could his soul have travelled to some other place? Could it have gone to this new universe we are in with Samantha, or as I said earlier, in purgatory or the afterlife? If we think back to the old Ether story, it was Dr. Monty who gave the characters the power-ups, the mystery box, the perk machines, the pack-a-punch and stuff like that. Yet, he wasn't the announcer. That was someone else, whether it be Samantha in the beginning, Richtofen later on in BO2, and then for BO3 and 4, we don't know who the announcer was. But even though the voice would change, it was always Dr. Monty giving us the power-ups. I always thought it was a little bit strange as to why Samantha or Richtofen or whoever else it was would announce things that Dr. Monty is giving us. Surely he would announce them, but he didn't. So whoever's given us the power-ups and the mystery box in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, because it must be someone that can't be down to science, it's magical. We have things appearing out of nowhere, and then we also have this voice announcing them. From what we've learned before, it doesn't have to mean whoever's giving these things to our characters is also the announcer, but at the same time, because we are in a new story, it could be. Who would want to help Requiem out? Something that's quite interesting is, as a part of the Christmas update, when you load into the beginning of the map, we have Santa Claus flying over in a sleigh, but if you listen to him, the voice of Santa, which we know is a Megaton, is the same as the voice of the announcer.
Requiem Actual, we've reached the target LZ.
Think you're pretty nice, huh?
You have your orders, Strike Team. Investigate the site. Contain the threat.
Does that mean then that the announcer is a Megaton? And if you actually listen to the Megatons talk in game, they do sound like the announcer. Could it be some evil overlord Megaton talking? So they're the two main characters I can think of. There is a small chance it could be NIKOLAI. He was the only one left with a soul, so perhaps his soul has become trapped somewhere. This could also be some kind of overlord Megaton. It could be some other new godly figure we don't know of, or perhaps a creature we haven't seen yet that is trapped within the Dark Ether. There are many different things in there: zombies, people. We've seen one of them being the Summoner, the big monster that roams the forest, but there are loads of things in the Dark Ether that we've yet to see, and something we have heard of are giants and overlords. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think about that one in the comment section below. One last thing I want to say before I forget is, could the announcer also relate to the eye colour of the zombies? Could this person be in control of them as well? Maybe, maybe not. We have been told in recent times for BO3 and 4, by Jason Blundell I think it was, that sometimes the eye colour of the zombies means something, and then sometimes it doesn't. Originally, yellow eyes meant Samantha, blue eyes meant Richtofen, white was the Avogadro and Alpha Omega, but then we also had red, who we've never been 100% sure of. We had orange for Maxis and Buried, but later on for BO3 and 4, the zombies went back to yellow eyes, but we know Samantha definitely wasn't in control of them. So could the eye colour of the zombies and the announcer be also linked to who's in control of them. Anyway guys, there we go, that is it. That is all I have for you for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating, of course, if you want to. If not, it's totally fine. Thank you guys for watching. Anyway, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.